This was me on my graduation day from the university. I went downstairs, left all my family members in the hall upstairs. I was taking pictures when somebody tapped me. Are you not Tolusule? They are calling you upstairs. I ran upstairs and then the honored visitor said, I want to give you $5,000 for being the second best graduating student from the university. It was like I was dreaming. Stay with me. The same feeling I had that day was the feeling I had when Janet told me that she's engaged at the beginning of this month. Janet and I had been speaking from June last year. We got talking. She said she believes that, it is in her next level to get married. How can she meet the right man? As usual, when I talk to you and I see that, okay, you're doing everything right, you have a job, you're living your life, you have hobbies, you have a mind of your own, I recommend prayers. So I told her, can you write everything you want in a man? I want you to set your alarm clock for 9 p.m. or any convenient time for you and pray every single day for the next 30 days and give it to God. She has not even finished the 30 days prayer. The first thing that happened was a disruption from work. A boss told her it was transferring 4 of them from Lagos to Port Harcourt branch, and she was one of them. She was so destabilized. The title of today's message is When You Ask God for a Man. My name is Tolode. I coach single ladies on how to date right and discover identity before marriage. When you ask God for a man, it makes you uncomfortable abruptly. That's the first thing that happens. Not just the man, no. When you ask God for anything, when you invite him into your next level, expect a disruption. When I got into the university, I already resumed 2 months late. I went into one of my lecturer's office at that time because I saw everybody submitting assignments. So I was like, good morning, ma. I'm a new student. She told me point blank, it's none of my business. This is a university. I was so uncomfortable. Like that, I remember that line. It disturbed me so much. I went to my hostel. I was crying, I had a dream that night where I saw that same woman. In the dream, we were going for an event. And I had my wrapper and top. You know what they call Iro and Buba? And I had a nice shoe on. She also had the same wrapper and top. It was like a wedding ceremony or something. But I did not have hair tie. I did not have gele. She had the gele on. So she came out from her room and she gave me a hair tie and she said, you know what? I should go for the party. When I had that dream, that was when I realized that what she told me the previous day was God trying to make me uncomfortable. Janet was uncomfortable because her boss asked her to move. She was in her comfort zone, living with her parents, going to work, minding her business. But when you ask God for a man, he gives you a mandate. So don't just expect that because you're praying, one man will just walk into your life without you having to do anything. She packed her bag and baggages and she obviously moved to Port Harcourt. On the flight, you think I'll say she met a man? No, the flight was even delayed. Everything was so messy, but she still maintained her composure. The second thing that happens when you ask God for a man is that he activates something within you. You see, as disturbing as that flight was, Janet is a very kind person. She helped the woman carry her bags from the checkout point to a car where her driver was waiting for her. Just a short trip, assisting her to carry her bags. That was all. Janet is new in Port Harcourt now. So the woman assisted her to the location. The organization, for context, is a construction company. So they do distribution of materials. And then they have a lodge right on that branch that they just built. So this woman helped Janet to get to her destination and everybody went their way. When God activates something within you, he's not bringing something new. It is already inside of you. Remember, I told you 2 Sundays ago that the hammer and the 10th peg is already in your hand. It is up to you to kill Sisera and bring victory to Israel. What you need to move you into your next level is already inside of you. The first thing God will do is that it will disrupt your activities. Yeah, because his ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. But as you tune yourself to the frequency of God by studying his word, you kind of see things the way he sees things. So you're not rushing to exit your pain, disruption, heartbreak, realignment, all these things that just happens and shifts you is a way that God gets your attention to push you into the next level. So the second day when I was in the university, there was a test we were doing. You know, in 100 level, you will borrow courses. So I did this test. It was a math test and I got 6/10. And I was the only one that got 6/10. I mean, every other person failed the test. So the lecturer calls me like, how did you get 6/10? There was somebody, a coursemate that, helped me to the lecturer's office. It was this coursemate that was also sent to come and call me. So obviously she took me there. She heard the conversation, immediately interpreted that I was good. All I knew was arithmetic. In fact, I was a science student. I am joining accounting department. I have no idea of debit and credit. I just miraculously found myself in the university. So she assumed that I was a bright student and she says, we have an accounting assignment. Can you put me through? I was like, no problem. I'm in room 7. Those were my words to her. You can come this evening. I'm in room 7. God will activate something that is already inside of you. I did not even know the accounting, but I said, no problem. She should come. Till tomorrow, she has not come to my room. I don't even remember who the person was exactly because I was new. So I did not, but I remember that conversation. So that's, experience started something within me. Before she would come at night, I was expecting that she was going to come to my room. I already took an accounting textbook. I started to study the topic because I felt like this girl already thinks I'm a bright student too. Let me not make her feel like I don't know what I'm doing. But it's not a joke. This is how God builds mental resilience in you. This is how God helps you to develop the conviction that will carry the blessing. The blessing is somewhere waiting for you. Your next level is waiting for you, but the foundation that it needs to be built upon is very important. She never came back to my room. I just even forgot and continued to live my life normally. But I did not even have the values of an intelligent student. I was lazy. I would procrastinate. I didn't even understand the course I was doing. So about a month after I had resumed the university, I said we always have borrowed courses. So there was a computer course we borrowed called CSC 100. So the lecturer had asked a question, something like, if 2x is equal to 10, what is x? I can't remember the question, but something as simple as that. So I said x is 5. So I answered the question. And this man gives me 5 marks and he noted me. One day he saw me, or maybe that same day, and he just said, oh, I think you're a bright girl. Take this book and read. I will never forget the title of that book, Secrets of High-Flying Students. So this lecturer gives me that book, and that will be probably my only encounter with him. And that book, that book was literally a rewiring. God will rewire your mind for the next level because he wants to nestle you. That's number 3. When you ask God for a man, he will nestle you into the next level by first of all making you uncomfortable abruptly, activating something within you that is already inside of you. Your miracle is not from anywhere, don't worry. God will do it through people. He will mobilize people. He will arrange people. He has already arranged those people. But that thing needs to be activated inside of you. And that thing that is activated inside of you would attract some people to you and repel some people. So I know you're going through a difficult time right now. You're going through a heartbreak. You will call that your friend. Please, can you just borrow me 10K? She'll be like, or she would even block you. She won't pick your call. You're looking for a job. You're talking to everybody you know. They are not even giving you audience because they are not in your next level. Yes. So they won't even take glory for that level. Let's go back to Janet's story. Janet started working in the organization. She has still not met the guy. She's living her life, enjoying herself. I don't have script for today's message because I'm just happy. The testimony is just sweet to me. I'll be looking for how can I share this testimony in a way that would encourage another person. Since you're not ready to share, please, can I share? So obviously I'm sharing on her permission. Now she starts going to a church not far from the construction site or not far from her workplace, And there's this guy that she's always seen in the church. Now, no attraction, just hi. The guy has not even said anything to her. So she sees this guy in church every Sunday. And about 3 months after, in fact, this would be like October, she moved in June to Port Harcourt. By October, she was filing something, a monthly report, like your tax returns, things like that, with a new company where she started working. So that was her job to do. She meets this guy, the same guy in the church. Organic connection. See, when she was sharing this with me, she said, Madam Tolu, it's as if we were both asking ourselves, where have you been? They got engaged on the 14th of February. That's not all. Because when God nestles you into your next level, do you know what nestle means? He will comfortably place you into something. Nestle. It comes with comfort, not the blessing that will collect your head, but give you cap. You see, when the right person comes, it is quick, not rushed. It is fast, not rushed. Rush is like there's pressure. Marry me now, or you'll not see another person. Everything, lines just fall in pleasant places for you beautifully. The lady that was fighting to go back to Lagos, her boss is now asking her, with the performance of this new branch, would you mind? I said, Janet, too small shakara. You know you will say yes. I said, I want to remain in Port Harcourt. I said, hold on. Negotiate. Have you heard of 150% increase? Okay, you've heard of it. Let's not be dramatic about it. 150% increase in salary. It's now that she's rushing to take the certification exam that makes her a proper branch manager from a mid-level staff. When God brings the man, he brings other things because he has already given you a mandate. Someone write it in the comment section. God, give me a mandate that will change my life for the better, that will set me on the path of purpose. There might be a disruption. That heartbreak you're experiencing, it might be God pushing you into the next level. Because God is not unable to give you the blessing, but the conviction that will carry the blessing, oh, God is very particular about that. If this guy is telling you a story, does it not sound like something you want to hear? But this is not how your story would be. You know, we always say that God is too creative to copy and paste. Someone show me write that in the comment section. That's not all. Guess what? The same woman that dropped her at a location that she met at the airport is the mother of the man that she's engaged to. In fact, how did she know? She didn't need to meet her. They've not done introduction. They are just engaged. They've not done the proper introduction. She has only seen the woman. It was on the phone. She said, I know. This story I'm giving you, Seth, if not that I reached out to her, I will not get this story. You see, some of you ladies that are watching me now, once you get engaged, you will forget me. You see my video, you will swipe, because when a woman is in love, she loves with her entire being. She changes her identity. Now she's enjoying Port Harcourt, the same Port Harcourt that you've never been to before. And you were like, no, you want to be in Lagos. You want to be in Lagos. Look at how God expanded you now, gave you true companionship, leveled you up in your career, financially, spiritually, because she had been praying. I recommend prayers, though. I recommend prayers so much, because sometimes you are praying for an elevation, and then in the spirit, you know, the fervent prayer of the righteous availeth much. You cannot exactly say what the prayer should do, but at least pray. Pray. Get my prayer journal, dear future husband. 30 days prophetic declaration for your future husband. It's not, oh God, please give me a husband if it's your will. Prophetic. You're calling what is already yours. The guy keeps asking her, where have you been all my life? She feels that way. Like, have we known each other before? You've been seeing me in church, at least for like 2 months. They've been seeing in church, but he saw her in a different light when she came to file those documents. You know, he works in that organization where she visited. I always tell you the best way to meet a partner is in the place of purpose. And what is purpose? Nothing complicated. Purpose is functionality. If this marker does not function like this, it is not working in purpose. If it functions by just staying behind my ear, it is not working in purpose. So it cannot meet the board, a perfect companion for it. Go do something useful today. As you pray, be aware that there might be a disruption in your life that might seem uncomfortable, especially those things you did not see coming. Don't be scared. Joseph, if his brothers did not make him uncomfortable, he might not have fulfilled purpose. So don't worry if you feel like people are betraying you, you're not getting a job at the moment. Ask God to open your eyes to see the opportunity in that betrayal. Because when you ask God for a man, he will give you a mandate. Not just a man. No. When men ask God for women, he gives them work to prove their worth. Okay, we've been speaking to the men since the beginning of this month, if you've been following that series, dear men. So I don't like these things to be one-sided. The way you think, oh, women are always looking for men is a lie. Touch grass. Men are also looking for companions. Leave all this social media nonsense. Touch grass. So God will nestle you into your next level. That was how I felt when God just nestled me into my next level, $5,000. I was like, we were like they that dreamt. If you give me $5,000 now, I will not be dream. I will appreciate it too, but I will not be like giz. The blessings of God make it rich and added no sorrow. I just thought to encourage someone today, that your next level is on the way, is ahead of you. God is going to activate something inside of you that will push you into that next level. Trust me. Everything that you need to survive is already inside of you. I don't want you to see yourself as disadvantaged. I don't like it. You already have all it takes to enter your next level. So stop looking at yourself with self-pity. Oh, my mates are married. Look at her now. At 31, a better job, a new town, companionship, fulfillment. What more could one ask for? Write it in the comment section. I receive my mandate into the next level. I receive my mandate into the next level. Whatever needs to be activated within me to attract the right company, to attract the right opportunities, to repel the wrong people that are not going to enter into my next level, let it be activated. Write whatever you want in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching today's Sunday message. I'll see you next Sunday at 1 p.m. God bless you.